Everybody, well, welcome back to Bayou Time. This is Going Public. I'm Harry McCulla, and joining us to talk this week is Earl Eues, the Terrebonne Parish Emergency Preparedness Director, and Steve Ponville's down there, Public Service Director. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
I thought we were done with this, right? But we're going to talk about COVID, and unfortunately it's spiking. And unfortunately, every night when I see the number of people who have been vaccinated, Terrebonne's on the bottom of a lot of those lists. So I'm sure that's a couple of areas you guys are concerned about.
Yeah, our vaccination numbers are low. We're at today, and then the numbers came out. Actually, it came out yesterday at 27.99%. So let's just say we had.
Did we go down?
No, we had 28%. The numbers, that number has been creeping up very slow. Our region here in Louisiana, which is Region 3, we're ranked last in the state as far as the percentages. The whole state as a whole, we're ranked second to last in the country. With being vaccinated. So, Parish President Gordon Dove is, he keeps track of the numbers. He, keeps up with everything, and he knows that our vaccination numbers are down, and he's out there promoting people to get vaccinated because it's very important. And it's showing that right now with this spike that we're having with this Delta variant.
Yeah, I am in several doctor's offices a day, and it's everywhere. And the doctors tell you, man, it's back. We do have people that are vaccinated, but people that are vaccinated are getting it. So it's around here. It's all around here. And it's disappointing. It seemed like we jumped out to a good start. And it wasn't like it wasn't available for everybody, and still not available. It's still available for folks. And any reason, can y'all put a finger on why you think we're lagging behind like that?
It's just and there's many reasons out there. When this first came out, people were worried about the chip, and they were worried about, other things, and they came out with it too fast, and just a lot of different things. But what I try to impress upon people is that, we got, more than half of the U.S. population has taken the shot.
Right.
Just here in Louisiana, 3 million people have taken it.
Right.
So, you're gonna know somebody that may have had a reaction to it or something else, but those numbers are very low. Just last week, the Department of Health published something that said 27 people in Louisiana who received the COVID dose died due to COVID-19, okay? But it wasn't due to the vaccine. It was due to them having the COVID. But you do the numbers with the number of people that were vaccinated in the state of Louisiana, that's a 0.01% that you would die from the COVID even though you were vaccinated.
Right.
So, and you mentioned the breakthrough cases. It's the same thing with the breakthrough cases. I think, they had, they had 1,563 breakthrough cases last week. But you divide that in the number of people that's been vaccinated in Louisiana, you had about a 0.05% rate of getting, affected with the COVID virus if you had the vaccination. What's happening right now, Harry, is that those that are unvaccinated are getting the virus, and then the more people that get the virus, especially this Delta variant, which is highly contagious, they're spreading it around more. So the more the population gets this Delta variant, the more chances that you're going to have of getting it if you're vaccinated.
Right.
So, just last week, 234 cases in Terrebonne Parish. 4 weeks ago, we only had 57.
Right.
Okay, so we're seeing a significant increase. Same thing with hospitalizations. We've been averaging somewhere 4 weeks ago, it was about 9 people a day in the hospital. This week we're at 20 on an average of people. That's just in Terrebonne. In Lafourche, it's about they're averaging about 24 people a day in the hospital with the COVID. So we're definitely seeing a spike in this area.
Right, and look, it's become so political for a lot of folks, right? And they don't believe the media anymore. They don't believe government anymore. And it seems like, there's a disconnect, right? It is real, and it's not. They're not trying to just make you go back into your house again, right? This is not what that's about. There's a real spike going on right there, and I know just in Morgan City, I was there yesterday, the folks that are in the hospital are the people that were not vaccinated. The people that are vaccinated still might be getting it. They feel a little rough for a couple of days and then they're done. It's much milder for somebody who has the vaccine or has had it, their natural antibodies, than the people that don't have it. So this is not a government ploy.
Yeah, and it's getting
now
serious.
I sound like it.
Well, it's getting serious because now, the number of people that's getting put on ventilators is increasing.
Right.
Okay, so, and if you listen to the lady, she's a doctor, works with LDH, or she may have been a guest for the Louisiana Department of Health.
Dr. O'Neill.
Yeah, she had stated that this thing hides in your body for a little while it's incubating, and then all of a sudden it pops up and you're really sick.
Right.
So I just can't encourage people enough to go get vaccinated. Look around and see what's going on.
Right.
And you need to make a really good determination on what to go get that vaccine.
Because I'm sure that's the next one. Like, well, if you still get it when you got the vaccine, why would I go get the vaccine? But there's a big difference between folks that are the way they're responding to the people that have it. Now, on a good part, now our elderly, for the most part, we got most of them vaccinated, right?
Over 70% of our elderly population is vaccinated. So, which is great. Okay, so when this all first started, we were having a lot of deaths in the nursing homes.
Right.
Of our 208 deaths, 80 of those were from the nursing homes when this all first started. Where they're not having all these cases in the nursing homes right now because they've all been vaccinated.
Right.
So, there's significant evidence out there that's showing that the vaccine is working against all the variants, and all 3 vaccines are working against the variant, and especially the Delta variant. So please, I can't iterate it enough. Go get vaccinated.
Yeah. So where do people go now? Where do you go? Obviously, you can sign up at any website.
Yeah, the LDH has a website that you can go on. You can go on their website and find out what's available for vaccinations. We're still having public events that we're publishing where they are. But, every Walgreens, CVS, Sam's, Walmart, you can walk in, just Plug People's Drugstore. They had a sign outside, hey, the COVID vaccine is available here at this time. Just walk in. Right. So it's readily available. Not like it was before. And if you remember before all the hype, people were like, well, when's it my turn? When am I going to be able to get my vaccine? And now, it's kind of now when they did the lottery, the numbers kind of went up when they announced the lottery that the state's done, but it's plateauing again on the number of people getting their vaccine.
I know it looks so political to me, to be honest with you, right?
It does.
I think the state's maybe 40% vaccinated, and when you look at where we vote all the time, it's 60-40. I know there's a bunch of different reasons, but it's hard for me to imagine that that's the case.
Well,
I mean, if you're that big of a Trump guy, right? This was discovered under him.
This is true.
He's got the vaccine.
Yeah, well, and I tell a lot of people this. The 208 people that have died in our parish, they're Democrats, Republicans, others, of no party or whatever. But I guarantee you, if you could go back right now and ask some people if they would like the vaccine instead of dying, they would have took the vaccine.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand it. Look, I do understand it in a way, and I don't. A lot of people just are scared or whatever. But you take vaccines, you take a flu shot every year. A lot of people take a flu shot every year. You got to take a meningitis vaccine before you go to college and you get in a dorm. Smallpox, polio.
Right.
We took all of those vaccines.
They took a lot of people say, oh man, they came out with the vaccine so quick. Well, what you got to remember, and I'm not real sure exactly, but I would think that right now we have the technology and the supercomputers and all of this stuff to develop these medicines and vaccines a lot quicker than we could do 25 years ago, and probably even 20 years ago. So, and I think the other issue is when they come out with a vaccine, they have to take a few years to study it to see how long the antibodies last in you.
Right.
Okay. So, with this, they had a certain group that went beforehand, took the shots. They had a placebo group and a group that received the vaccine. I found out that the group that received the actual vaccine, they're either going in every week or every 2 weeks, and they're getting their antibodies test to see how long the vaccine will last in you. Mm-hmm. So, but Pfizer has announced that they're trying to get a booster out. Right. And to be honest with you, with the numbers that I'm seeing right now and some of the breakthroughs, I wish I could get a booster today.
Right.
All right. I even inquired about what happens if you could take a regular dose, a third dose, because I'm scared of these variants, and the variants are getting stronger and more contagious as they go on.
Oh, that's the nature of a virus, right? It's going to move.
That's right.
Yeah. What you got, Steve?
I was just going to add a little bit to what Earl. Probably less than a year ago, we were struggling with these.
Right.
And everybody had them. Everybody was sanitizing, and now we're struggling with the shot. So. Politics.
It's here.
It's dangerous.
We got the answer. No, you're right, but we got the answer too. Science has helped us, and you're right. The internet now, anybody around the world can join right in and start research. Cancer's the same way. Many cancers now are being solved because there's so much knowledge to help people not go down the wrong path, but stay on the straight path. All right, you guys stay with us. We'll be back with more. We'll be right back right here on HTV right after.
A new company with a lot of history. GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Everybody, welcome back to Body Time. This is Going Public, and we're talking Terrebonne Parish this week. Earl Eues, Terrebonne Parish Emergency Preparedness Director, and Steve Ponville, Terrebonne Parish Public Service Director. Guys, thanks for being here. Let's talk a little bit more about COVID and the shots. And the good news is we've got a lot of people that are vaccinated, but it looks like we may need a booster maybe in the fall. But we're doing good. We should be doing better, I guess.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be better. And Harry, thank y'all for having us on. And this is just so important for our community to make sure to understand, to go get that vaccination. And if you're not sure, call your doctor. Talk to a health professional and get their advice on what they think if they got the shot. And I'll tell you, probably 95%, 98% of the physicians in our area are vaccinated.
Right. I'd guarantee you they are.
It may be even closer to 100%. But talk to a medical person. Don't believe everything you read on the internet and Facebook and all of those places, unless it's a reputable source. But talk to your physician. But yes, we're seeing people aren't going back and get their second shot. So it's important that you go get your second shot because you're not fully vaccinated. You don't have enough antibodies to fight off the COVID and the new variant. So it's important that you go get your second shot. If you missed your date for having that second shot, it's okay to go and say, "Hey, I missed my date. Yeah, okay. but I need my second shot."
It didn't have to be on that 3 week.
Well, it should be.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
that's how they want it.
Right.
But if you said, "Oh man, I didn't make my date. I'm not going to go get my second shot," don't do that. Go and get your second shot if you have missed that date. The state right now is at about 6.3, I think, percent of positivity. Our parish is at 9.6. Okay, we 3 percentage points above the rest of the state. We're going to hit that. I'm assuming we're going to hit that 10% mark.
Right.
I won't know till tomorrow. The number comes out on Wednesdays. So once I get that number, but I'm really, really concerned when we hit that 10% mark again. And like
It's been a while. It's been a month. It's been 6 months.
Oh
probably
yeah,
since
it's been a
we've
while
been-
since we've
yeah.
been at that 10% mark. And when we were in the past, when we had all the restrictions, when we hit the 10% mark, I personally quit going places and quit doing things
Right.
because the percentage was so high. That's a decision I'm going to have to make when it gets up to 10%. Now I'm vaccinated, okay, but we're seeing some breakthrough cases. So if you've had it before and you've taken the vaccination, the more people that get affected in our community with COVID, the more of a chance of you getting it if you were even though you're vaccinated. So to stop the spread, we have to get vaccinated.
Yeah, and look, we're learning as we go how to treat this, how to react. And I think that's part of the problem too. We've given different messages from the CDC a little bit from early on to where we are now, but I think we're building on what we know now, and particularly, if you didn't believe in masks, you didn't believe in the other stuff, you should believe in the vaccine, right? This is
Right.
the science.
Right.
Some of that other stuff were kind of hypothesis.
Right.
This is the science. It works.
Well, you got to remember, we had a new virus that came out. Okay, nobody knew anything about this virus. The doctors didn't even know how to treat it. Now they've learned so much in over a year and a half on what they should be doing and what they can do. And you believe it or not, but all these pharmaceutical companies right now are trying to find an antiviral for this, kind of like a Tamiflu.
Right.
Because they're going to make money off of that if they find that and it works. So yeah, I just can't stress it enough. And Parish President Gordon Dove has done a great job of pushing it with everybody else that he sees to please go get that vaccination.
Scott, I know he probably thinks it looks bad on him. Our parish is one of the worst in one of the worst states in the country. So I don't understand it. I really don't. And it's been available. It's free. Maybe you should charge people. People would want it if you charged them.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was kind of weird that we had to offer an incentive
Right.
for you to
Right.
have something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't want it before, but now that I can get a shot, okay, like a drink shot, I'm gonna go get a vaccine.
Yeah. Give some snowballs or something, get everybody out there and get it done.
That's
Hey,
a good idea. Yeah.
Speaking of weather, right? If it could only rain, it would be a little better around here, huh? Incredible numbers of totals. We may be in for one of our wettest seasons of all time.
Yeah, we're on our way to a wet year. Okay, one of the wettest years ever. We have already reached our maximum rainfall rate, our average yearly rainfall rate of over 60 inches. It's about 62 inches. We've reached that. We're going to exceed that naturally because we still got 7 more months or 6 more months of left in the year. But we've been in this strange weather pattern with these fronts coming in and
been
these
sitting on us,
little lows coming across the Gulf and keeping us saturated. I'm just like everybody else. I'll tell everybody I'm tired of the rain also, but I'll take all this rain if I don't have to deal with a hurricane.
Doesn't have a name on it,
or
right?
a tropical system, So, but yeah, we have received a lot of rain the past few weeks, I'm gonna say, Parish President Gordy Dove has done a great job with all the new drainage systems that we have put in, and all the new pump stations, and keeping the Chacahula Basin pumped down. I remember in May of '91 that Treva area. And Donna, Chacahula, all that area was flooded. Now that we have these new pump stations and pumping that down, we have a less of a threat of having some flooding.
Right. Yeah, we did. Whatever C was, I forget whatever the Hurricane C. It did come over.
Claudette.
Claudette. It was kind of a shiwi, but
Yeah.
we did have one. But looks like July we're not going to have any coming through here. August, September is when we really got to start looking.
Right.
That's obviously the time you kind of worry about is that time. And hurricanes are usually what you worry about, but now the water's coming from the north as opposed to the south. But
Yeah, with the rain and everything. But last year in July we had 5 named storms. This year, luckily, we only had one. If you've been keeping up with the weather, there's a lot of dust coming across from the
Right.
Sahara, keeping the development from those systems developing in the Caribbean and in the Atlantic. So, but that supposedly is going to decrease.
Oh, yeah, that's
and about the time of, August, September, which in September is the peak of the hurricane season, we'll start seeing some more named storms. Now that doesn't mean they're all going to come into the Gulf, okay? But we'll see an uptick in tropical systems, and now is the time to prepare.
Yeah.
Okay. Get your kits together. Make sure you have a game plan if we ask you to evacuate, and start doing things around your home so that when we do ask you to evacuate, you can pick up your stuff pretty easily and be prepared for that.
Right. We're always prepared, and you think about it, what we did last year, and now, going through the quarantines and all of that. Hopefully, we have places to go. Right. We're not into where if we leave and go to a hotel or something.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to get there.
Yeah, we're better. And the state has learned a tremendous amount of knowledge after last year, and but that's an important thing.
Right.
If you have to evacuate to your cousin's house or your relative's house that's in Texas or Alabama or out of state, and you're not vaccinated, okay, and they're not vaccinated, chances are y'all may spread the COVID through that. But at least if you're vaccinated, you're protected from getting it from them and or transferring it to them.
Right. So real important.
Yeah.
Steve, anything we need to worry about with all of this water that is down here right now?
Well, I know a lot of people have questions about sandbags, and Earl and the parish president, the sheriff, the police, they put out a lot of information, and I don't know if most of your viewing audience has probably signed up for Earl's website, where he also has the alert site. Am I correct, Earl?
That's correct.
Tone. And I know it's been very effective in the past. We got a good team. We were talking before we came on the show that it takes a group effort. There's no one person. It's the parish president, Gordon Dove, Martin, Harry, Earl. We got the sheriff, the chief of police, our fire chiefs, the volunteers. We all work together really well. And, I want to give Earl a few kudos, because I know when events start, the guy don't never sleep. Because I know Gordy calls him at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning a lot of times. But I give Earl a lot of kudos, and Gordy and all the media outlets. They keep our people well put together.
Yeah, I know, and the track record the last couple of years has been marvelous for sure.
We've had a lot of
and
practice.
we've been through so much. I mean, we're trying to put some of this stuff together. When you're talking about quarantines, you're talking about hurricanes. We're talking about civil unrest. We're talking about.
It's been a lot.
We've been through
We've
a lot,
had a lot,
as
right.
a community.
Right.
We have.
Hopefully, some of that's not all here in Terrebonne Parish, but certainly the water and the COVID has been.
Well, the people in Terrebonne Parish are very resilient. We talk about Terrebonne a lot, but with the show goes to all, St. Mary, Assumption, all of those. We're a very resilient group, and the good thing about our neighboring parishes is we all help each other.
Yeah.
Okay, when somebody needs something or is in a bond, we help each other, and we'll continue to do that, and that's what makes us so great down here.
Sure.
In our area.
Yeah, the Bayou Shane right there is in the corner of about 3 or 4
That's right.
parishes right there. That one has been awesome. Obviously, the Morganza to the Gulf goes through everybody's. So that's all got to be everybody works together. So, we all got to pull together.
We got a good team here. We really do.
Yeah, sometimes you battle them on a football field or something like that. You don't
Right.
talk to them when you're out on a nightclub. But other than that, we all get to. Earl, Steve, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Harry.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Going Public and Bayou Time. We'll be right back with more right here on HTV.